guys, Solitaun Gaming here with some more Total War Rome 2 PvP gameplay. I'm Pontus again. I seem to have the most success as Pontus. They're one of my favorite factions, if not my favorite. And I'm better with them than I am with almost every other faction, or whoever I'm playing is just terrible. One of the two. But here's another battle. It's me as Pontus versus Rome. My army consists of 4 levy pikes, 5 eastern slingers, 2 hoplites, and 4 Pontic swordsmen. I have 5 noble blood cav. I don't have any shot cav. I just have complete melee cav. My opponent, he brought 3 auxiliary Syrian archers, 3 auxiliary infantry. I'm pretty sure just 3. He brought first cohorts, veteran legionnaires, 4 veteran legionnaires, 2 first cohorts, equites, auxiliary cav. I think he just has, yeah, 1 of each on both sides, and then his general, who's a legatus. Right at the beginning, I could tell that I had somewhat of a cav advantage. These guys, here, let me open this for you. These guys are not as good as my noble blood cav. So I knew I had a cav advantage. I definitely had a skirmish advantage. So again, with the skirmish advantage and the cav advantage. So I'm going to use that to the best that I know how. And we'll see how it works here. We'll go ahead and play it. Speed it up a little bit until we get position. I wanted to place most of my cav on the downward slope. If you can't tell, there's a little bit of a downward slope in this map. So I have 3 on that side, 2 on this side. So yeah, we'll see what happens. He starts spreading out his troops, so I kind of adjust mine. Move up a little bit closer. I think I outrange these guys. No, they have the same range. Which I think are the only archers in the game that actually have 150 range. Which is the same as a slinger. He's got kind of an interesting way that he attacks my army. He does spread it out, which is what you need to do. Against a pike army, you need to spread out and outflank, but I do have hoplites on both sides for flanks, and then I have 4 Pontic swordsmen, which Pontic swordsmen are really good for the price. So here I go, noble blood cav on the left flank. I'm just sitting these guys here because he does have equites and auxiliary infantry, which are spears, on this side, so I didn't want to attack. He only has his equites and another spear unit over here, but I decided that I could probably swing around, and he left all this wide open, besides this 1 spear infantry, and his general's chilling there. I was like, well, you know what, I can just swing around. I sacrificed 1 troop of noble blood cav to hold up his cav, to swing around and try and get his general right off the bat, which he's bringing more over, and I can just, you know, outrun him and then go get him. Over here, I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention over there, so I get caught with a 2 charge, which is really bad. Don't ever do that. And it was downhill, so good for him. Taking advantage of me being an idiot. So my right flank is probably going to be my weakest. So what I do here is when they get close enough, I start bringing them back. And you see here, I outflanked or outmaneuvered his units, and now I'm going straight for his archers, and they're wide open. He pulled his general out, which was smart. He's just placing his guys right outside my pike line, while his archers are getting torn pieces. My cav's not doing so well, of course, because they took a charge, and I finally found him and tried to pull him back, but that's just going to take more losses for me. So it would probably have been better if I just stayed in there. So here you go. I took out 2 archer units, or 1 archer unit, I think, and then I'm about to take out a second. And here he goes, attacking my front pikes with his veteran legionnaires. They do have quite a bit of armor. Yeah, 70 armor. So they can stand up for a long time against levy pikes. But the problem is I brought in my hoplites from the sides here to outflank them, and then I'm bringing my Pontic swordsman in as well. This first cohort was trying to outflank, so I stopped him with my hoplites, and I'm bringing in my Pontic swordsman to finish him off. And then he pulled his general in here, so I decided to go straight for his general with all my cav. And he's bringing his auxiliary cav that he beat my suicide Pontic cav, Pontic noble blood cav. And here he goes, he stops, and I hit his general with everything I have. And I'm reforming here to protect against these guys, and then the Equites hit me from the side. But they're not going to be able to stand up against Pontic swordsmen, so I'm not too worried about that. I get the hoplites here right behind his units, breaks them right away. These levy pikemen are about to die there, so it's a good thing I did that. So here we go. We got 2 Pontic swordsmen against this first cohort. I'm pulling out my cav now that he's bringing in his auxiliary infantry, while my slingers are picking him to pieces while he's running across my line, chasing my cav. So he's not going to stand for a long time. And then my hoplites got into his auxiliary cav, and that's going to be the end of them. So he's got an auxiliary infantry over here, an auxiliary cav, and my hoplites are running in the middle of nowhere because I can't manage at all. So he's running across my lines again, and again he's taking pot shots from my slingers. And look at that. I mean, just decimating him as he's running across my lines. So now that my left flank's secure, I start reforming over here with all my pikes to create another line. Bringing my hoplites from, their vacation and bringing them back. And I get charged into my Pontic swordsman with auxiliary cav, which was pretty good, actually. But then they're just going to start falling, like, getting cut down like butter. So Pontic swordsmen are so good. They're super cheap too. So they're running back into my pikes. I have 1 pike right here, and he can just outmaneuver it super easy, but he didn't. So they hit my general as hard as they could, and my general's still in there, standing up against a auxiliary infantry and auxiliary cav, and they're still, look at that, 92 still, and then they break the rest of the army. Pontic swordsmen, I don't know if you guys ever played Pontus, but you should start. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time.